about it.
Joy, pain, life, and family.
Let's talk about it.
God, love, the church.
Let's talk about it.
Society, city, the country, the world.
Let's talk about it.
You, me, us, our kids.
Let's talk about it.
Welcome and thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Minister Valentine. Today in the house, we have Sheriff John Rutherford. And we will be talking with the sheriff about his authority. Not his authority in the land, but the authority of Jesus Christ. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back and let's talk about it. Sing, John. See ya. Riding down 95. I'm riding down 95. Trying to understand this life. Don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. But I know I gotta get one thing. You gotta get my mind right. You gotta get this life right. I gotta get my heart right. Okay, come on. You see, I'm riding down 95, talking it out. I got nothing but some time, so I'm cleaning my house. Never told about that sin that I love so much. If not corrected as a youth, could kill me as an adult. My dad was hypocritical with the things he would do. I never did what he said, I learned to do what he do. So I took that attitude in everything that I did. Camouflaging my emotions, keeping everything hid. See, I was losing all my fights cause I was running away. But I got issues from my childhood that I'm facing today. See, I'm a grown man, standing trust, I'm getting it right. I'm in the booth with Kurt Franklin in the fight of my life. I never thought when I got married it could end in divorce. And choices made me part of that statistical voice. Ride down 95, I got up under my steps. Now I'm changing my direction, the city of that I kept. That's why I ride down 95. And though I ride down 95, you see I'm trying to understand this life. I don't know what to do. One thing, get it right, you gotta get this life right. Yeah, gotta get this mind right. And then I gotta get my heart right. Yeah, true story. As I look over my life, I don't have any regrets. It's hard to think about the time of this city to reflect. I've been from job to job, from pillar to post. Not a pot to piss in, but pissed off, but I've been close. This piece that the preacher talking about, man, she keeps on passing me by. Lord, I just don't know. Lord, I leave it all to you. I'm tired of rolling solo. I want to bottle white nice things. What girls in private school, paying all the bills, you know, just like a man should do. Lord, I'm not ready. I'm asking for help. I know I'm asking for change. I need to start with myself, so I stand here ready, make it do what it do. I repent and all I want is get it right with you. So let us ride down 95. I ride down 95. I try to understand my life. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, but I know I gotta get right. You gotta get this life right. I gotta get this mind right. I gotta get my heart right. Yeah. Welcome back, friend. Today we have the sheriff, Sheriff John Rutherford. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, Pastor Valentine. Good to be with you.
Thank you. I'm glad you take time out on your busy schedule. So I just want to get right into it, okay? You've been serving the city for 36 years?
36 years, right out of college. Married my high school sweetheart, moved to Tallahassee, got my degree from Florida State in criminology, and came back to Jacksonville. And actually, this job started out as a job is what actually led me to the Lord. Because yeah, and in fact, when I share my testimony many times with folks, I share 3 dates. September 2nd, 1952, that's the day I was born. That's a pretty important date in my life. The second is May 28, 1978. That's the day I was born again, and that's the most important day in my life. And then third and finally is September 16, 1974. That's the first day I pinned on a badge as a Jacksonville police officer. So if you do the math real quick, you figure out that when I became a policeman, I was not saved. This job led me to the Lord, and it's probably led a lot of people to the Lord. But you know what happened, Pastor, was when I came back to Jacksonville, I had seen some death and dying, you know, but it was the normal kind, you know, that people are, you know, elderly grandparents and aunts and uncles, and the kind of thing that people will expect. Life. It's the regular life cycle. But I got to tell you, when I hit the streets of Jacksonville, I began to see things that I had no idea one man or a woman could do to another, or sometimes even what they would do to themselves. And I remember one in particular where the Holy Spirit really started to work on me was they had just opened the Buckman Bridge, and a young girl on her way home from college, and so I really could identify with her because I hadn't been out of college long myself. And she flipped her car in the median there at I-10 or I-295 just before the Buckman Bridge. And for some reason, and I know it was the Holy Spirit, I'm standing there and I'm thinking, you know, when she put that blouse on that morning, she had no idea she was going to die. And this job and the death that I began to see now as a policeman, very sudden, very unexpected, many people very, very young, it really made me begin to, for the first time, I believe, in my young life, really start to acknowledge the mortality of my life. And I want to know, you know, is this really all there is? And it really culminated with the Holy Spirit working on me on one case. I was on a call, and I won't get into too much detail, but I can tell you I discovered that blood has an odor. I had no idea that blood literally smells. And that odor got into my senses, and it was a horrific scene. But what really made this incredibly unique was it was the first time I'd ever had anyone die while I had my hands on them, while I was trying to work on them. Literally pass over and be with them at that moment. And
they died in your arms.
I can tell you that's a special moment, and you never forget it. The scenes with